you good, broski?
All right.
Man, Austin here came in with the Iron Man with the Tearlaments.
Yeah, I got that swift.
It wasn't too swift. You got a game in there.
I got game one.
Hey, you was better than Kyle.
That's not saying much. That's not saying much. That man was over in 15 minutes.
Oh my God!
I told him he should have paid you $40.
I swear, how bad it was. It was good games. I got swifted too, so it's normal.
You're dragging. Bad matchup. Bad matchup. All right. Yeah. So for the profile, you have to play, of course, the 3 because the
3 girls.
That's all you get.
All in one.
And then the main boy, Rhino 3 of. It's just a level 4 extender.
So, like the best normal summon if you need to?
Not the best normal summon.
Who is your best normal summon if you...
Diviner. Yeah, Diviner in my opinion is the best normal summon. But this card late game, so like after turn 1, this card's the better normal summon because typically you've already loaded your graveyard up, so you can make a play. Just turn 1, like this card by itself does nothing now. Because like you can send one of them and it does nothing.
The good old days.
Yeah, I know, right? Like back when we could make kit.
R.I.P. kit.
Fact. Give me one kid in this deck's probably the best.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, the card's crazy.
Hey, y'all got 2 heroes.
Yeah, and then of course you get Tearlaments, Kashtira. Just the other name that you can play, Mills. It's great. Card's good too. Then for non-tier, you have the 3 King of the Swamp. This is mandatory now. This is your Kit Gallows. Way worse. It says add Poly instead of any tier card, Mill 5. But we do what we can.
Yeah.
This card also is like cool because it's an aqua, so it's always been good. Just now it's mandatory. And then, like I said, the best normal summon in the deck is Diviner. So it sends the Millers, which of course you play Kelbeck and Agito at 1 as well, because the ban list. But like it sends these, so this card just says Mill 5, and it becomes a level 6 tuner. So that way you can make Baron. You can also make Beatrice with it, which is why it's cool. If they imperm it though, it's a level 2, so it helps you make Sprint. So even if it gets interrupted with, if you can put another body on, it can still get you to a name.
I've watched it. It's like, where do you interact?
Yeah. This deck can like eat through a few hand traps. Shifter's one of the ones where it can't though.
Yeah, so that'll skip your turn.
Yeah, it will. And then as for like a 1-of, I play like Jet, and then I play 1 Mothman and 1 Nessie. These are just generic extenders that also get like some of the bad cards out of your hand. So like if you draw Guido, if you draw Kelbeck, if you draw some of the cards that I'll show you later, these have a chance of getting them out of your hand. Yeah, and they just like put another body on board, which is sometimes needed. This deck doesn't put as many level 4s on the board as it used to, so like making Xyz plays is a little harder. So that's why I wanted this one.
That's fair.
And then the last 2 monsters are just 2 Mally.
Mally boy there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't play the Denier. I think the Denier's a break, but Mally's crazy.
Yeah.
Level 6.
Free bandage. Get a 6 out. It's a dark.
Yeah, this card by itself. If you had this card in a tier, it just says Beatrice, which is good enough for me. And then you have, for spells, you have 3 Perlino, which is the best card. 3 Scream.
3 of the Screams.
Yeah, like those cards are mandatory. I sided this card out a lot, or not out, but like down.
Like kept 2. 1 in, like 1 or 2 in.
Yeah, you keep 2 in. I'd never go down below 2, but like games 2, if I was going second, I would side this down. But just being able to see this, like this in normal Rhino, like gives you a chance, and like that's all you're asking. This is just a chance. This is like slot deck. So if I hit, I win.
Basically.
And then for 1-ofs, you have Terraforming, both the Foolish Burials, and then Poly.
This card was put in work, I saw.
Yeah, so I don't think I activated it, but like, so the concept is like it's a 1-of like Foolish. If I see it, it's a starter, because it gets you to like the field spell, it gets you to Sully, Meta Noise, like it has like utility late game too, so it's not terrible to draw. But I would still say like 1 is fine, because if you mill it, it does nothing. So if I draw it, I'm fine. If I so that's why I just stuck to 1. And then Poly is mandatory because of King of the Swamp.
Gotta get the fusion. Yep. Chimera is a card.
Yeah, and then as far as like defensives, I had 3 Book, and then 2 Talents. So Rise Heart, obviously, Rise Heart, I'm sorry, is obviously the big problem for this deck. I mean, my cards don't go to the graveyard, they don't do nothing. So like these cards all kind of, these cards all out a Rise Heart. Like this, you just take it, so they have to banish it face down, which is fine. The only problem with this is you have to like make them do something. Like you have to usually have a card that activates and like trigger one of their guys first. which isn't the easiest all the time. But still, you know, it's like there are ways like you'd have to neg a little bit, but like there's ways to do it.
Yeah, because if it stays on the board, then it becomes problematic.
Yep, and also like just drawing too. Like this card's like good going first as well, because if they hand trap you and your hand's weak, you can draw 2, or if it's strong enough to play through the hand trap, you can rip the other card. So like you can rip their starter, and you also play with information, so you know like what you have to negate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then for traps, you have double Sully, 1 Meta Noise, and then 1 Triple Karma. Triple Karma's crazy, so search field spell, but drawing it is terrible. It's cheeks.
Yeah, because there's no way to get it out of your hand. You also have like a danger.
Danger, and then there's 1 card in the extra deck that can get it out of your hand, but other than that, no. And you can't activate it because you don't play Visas. So this card is absolutely a vanilla card if it's not in your graveyard. Meta Noise, crazy against cash. Also, like the game 1, set it Zeused and then got my Rhino back. So like this card's crazy. I wouldn't cut this. And then double Sully just because you want to mill 1 and then you want to search 1.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So that was the main deck. It's 41 is what the main deck is, which I could make it. I had originally when I built the list, it was at an even 40. I had 3 talents in, and I didn't have the dangers, but I wanted to put the dangers on. So
that's fair. Keeps it out. My 41st card is always called by.
Yeah, I didn't have called by in here. To be fair, like this deck doesn't really worry too much about hand traps. Like you can play through most of them outside of Shifter. So to be fair, I guess with Shifter, I should probably play it. But
yeah, it's like our luck. You probably just middle it anyway. Like,
it's a little weird. And then so on for the extra deck, you have your best girl, Rolk. You have Kaleido Heart, and then the honorary. So this is Kit Kalos now. Dangerous.
What?
Yeah. So you make this guy. You can. This card just says Beatrice. So this is the card that also allows you to dump like Triva Karma and stuff out of your hand, and then you send Mally. And then banish the Mally, summon this one.
Oh, yeah, and the 2/6s you do.
2/6s you just make Beatrice. Yep. So, and then for generic fusions you have Grapha, Stapelia, Mud Dragon, and then Chimera. So like all of them serve their purpose. Mud Dragon is a 4, so this is like one of the ways you can like extend.
Be able to get your play started.
Yeah, Stapelia is pseudo avarice for the deck. The only card I can't put back is Kaleido. And then Chimera with Poly in the deck is just kind of crazy. Like, this is the reason I won against Joe in the cash matchup, is because he just couldn't beat the Chimera because it can't be targeted. But yeah.
Big 3,300 plus
yeah,
the field spell.
Yeah, 38 at the field spell. And then for the 2 synchros, you have Dragite and Baron. I was testing Dragite. That's why, what is that? Jet Synchron's in here. Because Tier Cash is a water. So
okay.
It didn't come up. I don't know if I like it or not. So that'll be something like this could be cut for sure. But the deck doesn't really have, because you can't afford to play Crime anymore because like you don't get as many resources with Kit. So now the deck kind of like lacks spell and trap negation. I mean, you got Baron, and then you have Grapha for a normal spell or trap, but like you don't have like Birth or Book of Eclipse and stuff like that. And like that's why I was testing this.
That's fair.
It's also big, so
3K butt, spell trap negate.
Yeah, facts. And then for the XYZs, you have Redoer, mandatory, and then the spice is the Minerva. I know, right? The meme is that I'm playing it because of it's the super one. But funny enough, like in game 1, like you said, like I could have made Redoer and still made the Zeus, but I wouldn't have won the game because milling off of the Minerva hit me Triva Karma and it hit me Scream, which got me Meta Noise. So like it's the only rank 4 that like generic rank 4 that does something productive for the deck.
That's fair.
So that's
use those additional mills you need.
Yeah. And also Minerva is just a dope card. So anytime I can play Minerva, we try it. And then Beatrice, best lady.
Yep.
Zeus.
Wipe the board, start over.
Yep. And then for the links, Sprend is mandatory. And then I was trying IP. Just because sometimes like on your turn you'll use Merly. So you don't want to make Sprint then because sending Merly does nothing, you've already used it. So in that situation you'll just make IP, and then on your opponent's turn you can make the Sprint, send the Merly and play. That was the thought process.
Big brain.
And then for the side deck, this one was a little like experimental, I guess. I put this together right before the Iron Man, so this could definitely be subject to change. but 2 nib, 3 Gamasio, and 3 Ghost Bell, and then 2 Herald, and then 2 of the Shufflers.
Okay.
So the nib was for cash because the new cash line goes Unicorn, Fenrir, Summon Arise, make Shangri-La, banish 1, make a second, or banish Big Bang, summon another one back, make another Shangri-La, make a Rise Heart. That's like the new line. So that's over 5 still, so they can still get nibbed. So this is just another defensive to out a Rise Heart. So that's why I had 2 of. I didn't want to cut down on these, but I didn't see it, but I still sided in versus them.
Yeah.
And then the Kaiju's just out of Rise Heart. Ghost Bell is for branded.
What's that for going?
Owen.
Everybody wanted your 0-1.
That's what I said. I said, shit, I got wax on a string. I was like, get the cash tier profile.
Tell them I won't see no cash.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, true. But yeah, so the Gamma Seal just also outs a Rise Heart and any boss monster. It's Aqua, that's why you play the Gamma Seal. Ghost Bell's for... Ghost Bell's actually really good this format. It has applications into Labyrinth, Runic, Tier if you play the Mirror, Dragons, it's not bad.
Even in cash,
Yeah,
you hit the birth, like it's
And cash is, like, I wouldn't side this in against cash, but like against branded, it stops getting from puppeted, and that's like I wanted a card to stop me from getting puppeted.
Yeah.
So these 2 cards were the cards that I decided like prevent me from getting puppeted theoretically. And then this card's just crazy. It's Gamma, as you saw in like the game, it like stopped me from getting shifted game 3. And
that was crazy that you opened that too.
Yeah, that Nagito.
Oh my god.
It just had the Ash.
So true.
But yeah, I like this. These are like the strongest hand trap in the game if you can resolve it. Plus you get added benefit, and in certain matchups these cards are crazy. And then the last 3 cards are just evenlies. I just
Off the board.
yeah, probably could be like.
All right, I'll find you one here in a second.
It could probably be like Storm.
Champions finish giving his necklace, maybe.
Oh lord.
Yeah,
He's sick.
that's true. You're not lying.
They might win somebody else $20.
It did win someone else $20, but yeah,
Sick.
this could be like Lightning Storms or
But they must super probably.
no, Super Poly's not as good. Like the cash board can't be Super Poly.
Yeah, it can't be super probably.
The branded board also can if they're puppeting you because Albion. So it's like Super Poly just not as good right now. Unfortunately,
fair.
which is crazy because that card is insane.
They evenly just deals with everything once you like.
Yeah, this could also be Dark Ruler was the other consideration, but I wanted a card that like outed Floodgates, and Dark Ruler doesn't out like spell and trap Floodgates.
That's fair.
So that's why I went with evenly. Yeah, 41 main deck and then 15. Definitely a lot to be explored with this deck. It's so fun though.
Like, it goes crazy. Like,
yeah.
even though everything at limited A is like, now let's see how ways.
well, that's the fun part now because like before everything wasn't limited, so it wasn't hard. It was just like I mill 5 and I'm gonna hit 2 names and I'm gonna make a kit. But now it's like,
what are the chances?
yeah, like every time I pick a card off the top of my deck, I'm like, oh, I hope I hit something good. Or I was like,
let's see.
I'm passing on. Like, there's been times where I've passed on Roll Kalos Pass, and I'm like, this deck is crazy.
I was like, what do I get to do here? I'm still clapping you up.
But yeah, I think this is the funnest iteration of tier. It's good, tier 2 for sure. But it's just struggling to cash. Cash cards are still so powerful.
They are.
But yeah, y'all should definitely give it a try if you're thinking about playing tier. Give it a shot. It's fun again. Probably some of the most enjoyable Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played, even though it's like RNG.
RNG's out.
RNG.
Like a spider on your shoulder makes your skin crawl.